I think so many people are watching women's basketball right now. It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with
The drama surrounding Angel Reese's return to the WNBA this week wasn't just about points scored or games lost. It was about perception, timing, credibility, and the widening gap between hype and reality. The Chicago Sky tried to turn her, come back into an event, a celebration, and a rescue mission all rolled into one. Instead, what played out was a masterclass in how fragile narratives can shatter the moment the scoreboard fails to cooperate. It was supposed to be the triumphant night where Reese roared back and lifted her franchise out of freefall. Instead, she walked away with her team buried deeper in the standings, her credibility questioned, and her big moment immortalized not by highlights of dominance, but by a viral block replayed endlessly online. For weeks, fans had been asking the same question. Where was Angel Reese? Her absence stretched nearly a month, during which Chicago's season slipped further into irrelevance. The official explanation was a back injury.
this for 2 years now. And understanding, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly,
But the details were scarce. Coach Tyler Marsh admitted the story was Angel's to tell, while Reese herself framed it as time to learn a lot about myself. Supporters called it a reset. Critics saw something darker, labeling her a quitter, recalling how she had vanished late in her rookie year and sat out of the unrivaled Summer League. With no clear updates, no rehab videos, and no reassuring presence on the bench, skepticism spread. Was this really injury, or was it disengagement? By the time her return was announced, fans weren't just eager to see her play again, they were demanding answers. Chicago leaned into that hunger. The Sky plastered "Welcome Back Barbie" across social feeds in bold pink letters, hyping the return like a championship parade. They wanted this game against the Seattle Storm to feel like a coronation, not Game 35 of a lost season. The framing was unmistakable.
I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we.
Angel Reese was back, and with her, hope was supposed to be back too. But if sports teaches anything, it's that banners and hashtags can't mask the truth once the ball is tipped. Within minutes, the difference between the marketing and the reality became obvious. Reese put up a respectable stat line: 19 points, on 9 of 13 shooting, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists in 26 minutes of play, just over the supposed restriction. On paper, those are solid numbers, but numbers don't tell the story here. What people remembered was the sting of Ezzy, Magbagor's emphatic block, replayed on Seattle's social channels and spread across basketball Twitter like wildfire. Instead of viral clips of her return baskets, Reese's big night became a meme cycle. Every bark she threw after an ordinary play seemed only to sharpen the irony as fans rewatched the block, laughing at how the supposed savior of Chicago had been silenced in prime time.
Talking about women's basketball, people are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas. Just because.
The timing of it all made the optics worse. Chicago lost again, 94-88, their 5th straight defeat, dropping to 8 wins and 26 losses on the year. A tight scoreline gave the illusion of a fight, but the reality was grim. The Sky were tumbling out of playoff contention, their grand gamble of building around Angel Reese unraveling in real time. And though Reese's individual performance looked fine, the loss ensured her return was framed not as a spark, but as another failed promise. Fans asked the obvious question: when has Angel Reese ever contributed to winning? The truth is uncomfortable. Reese has put up respectable averages, around 14 points and 12 rebounds per game. But Chicago has been one of the worst teams in the league throughout her tenure. Even in games where she shines individually, the results don't change. She leads the WNBA in blocks against, a stat critics throw in her face as proof of inefficiency.
Because of one single game. And just looking at that, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy.
Her style of play has flashes of energy, but rarely translates into momentum-shifting dominance. Instead of being a cornerstone, she's become a lightning rod, the player who produces highlights and headlines without delivering victories. And that disconnect fuels the perception that her role is more about branding than basketball. Chicago leaned into that branding hard. When they drafted Reese, they didn't frame her as just another promising rookie. They made her the centerpiece, The face of the franchise, the so-called missing piece to turn the Sky into contenders. That framing dictated everything. Off-season moves, marketing campaigns, social media pushes. They even traded away the number 3 pick in the 2025 draft, Sonia Citron, in exchange for veteran Ariel Atkins, doubling down on the win now narrative. The logic was clear enough. Give Reese the keys at forward, surround her with veteran stability, and make a push for the playoffs.
My role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that.
But the results? Catastrophic. Citron has blossomed in Washington, making a Rookie of the Year push with her steady, versatile play. Chicago, meanwhile, is buried in the standings, their record among the worst in the league. Atkins remains a solid piece, but she isn't the superstar who can flip a team's fortunes on her own. And Reese, despite her numbers, hasn't shown she can lift those around her. For a franchise that marketed itself around urgency and Reese's star power, the season has been nothing short of an unraveling. Worse still, the optics of her absence have lingered. She missed 7 games, including stretches where Chicago still had faint playoff hopes. No clear timeline, no visible rehab, no public commitment to the team. For fans, it didn't feel like injury. It felt like she had checked out, the way she did in previous situations. And when she came back, the vagueness of her comments only poured fuel on the fire.
And I know I'll go down in history. I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not.
I learned a lot about myself, she said, sounding more like a self-help seminar than an athlete fighting through rehab. Fans didn't hear humility. They heard distance. They didn't hear accountability. They heard deflection. And so, when she finally did return, the story wasn't about her efficient 19 points. It was about the block, the memes, the fact that only 6,724 fans showed up to the Wintrust Arena, a building that holds 9,500, for the supposed coronation. Nearly 3,000 seats were empty. That disconnect said it all. Chicago's marketing wanted her return to feel like a savior's arrival. Instead, it felt like another overhyped stunt. The contrast becomes starker when you look at Indiana. The Fever have faced their own challenges this season, including injuries, but their culture has taken root. They lean on Caitlin Clark's presence.
Not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that. Like, it's not just because of one person.
Not just as a scorer, but as a magnet for attention and energy. Every game feels like an event, not because of gimmicks, but because of organic investment. Fans don't just come for Clark's highlights, they leave believing in the team. Aaliyah. Boston remains a rock in the paint. Kelsey Mitchell has delivered electric scoring nights, including a career-high 38 in a stunning comeback. Lexi Hull, Sophie Cunningham, and others contribute with defense and grit. The Fever feel balanced, resilient, and upward trending. That's the difference. Indiana feels like a foundation. Chicago feels like spin. Clark shows up whether she's on the court or not, embodying leadership and accountability. Reese disappeared for a month and left fans filling in the gaps. Indiana is building something sustainable. Chicago is marketing something fragile. And in the end, the results reflect it. The Fever are climbing, while the Sky are eliminated from.
A lot of us have done so much for this game, and Kennedy has been here before, obviously, but there are so many great
playoff contention with one of the league's worst records. That's why the question lingers. Is Angel Reese truly the franchise cornerstone Chicago has been selling? Or is she more of a marketing mirage? Her individual stats stand out, her energy is undeniable, but the correlation to winning simply hasn't shown itself. And in a league where growth is rapid and competition is fierce, hype without results doesn't last long. The Sky bet everything on her being the missing piece. But right now, it looks like they're missing much more than that. So what do you think? Can Reese grow into the star Chicago needs, or has she already been exposed as a player built more on branding than substance? Do you think she truly contributes to winning, or is this all just smoke and mirrors? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another breakdown. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.